Hey everyone, Keenan Likes Cars here. Today we're doing a video in KartKraft. Now this is the older version of KartKraft. There's a newer one that fixes a lot of the bugs and issues in this version, but there's such hilarity ensues with the physics engine in this update that I figured I'd do a video. So let's get into it. Alright, and here we come to the start. Again, lining up 2x2. There's the strip in the center. You cannot go any closer to the row beside you until after that you see it fans out, and coming to the first corner, just gonna give a little bit of room here and across the grass. That works. Okay, now we're in P2 after that somewhat questionable start there. And I'm just gonna say first off the bat that KartKraft, it does feel quite close to driving a kart, albeit a quite poorly set up one. Then we'll see in the next update with where you can make some setup changes, whether, or should I say, how much that changes the behavior of the vehicle. My biggest critique so far, though, as you can see, this is the Legend difficulty, and we are considerably quicker as we make the dive bomb there into the lead. So hopefully that will be rectified in later updates, because the hardest difficulty setting should not be that easy to catch and pass. As you can see, I don't believe I'm driving that well. Alright, into the second lap, braking with clean air in front of us. Not that that really matters when you have no downforce in a go-kart, but you do have the clear visibility of not having another kart in front of you. It is quite tricky with default settings in this version of KartKraft to hit apexes. It feels whatever baseline setup is on the kart is very tricky. It is very twitchy, a little uncomfortable, very hard to be consistent with it. Especially through this section here, it is definitely really bouncy over the curbs. You can see we are just pulling away from the pack here. There's the second lap complete. You can see we have already pulled out over 2.5 seconds. Setting a new personal best. I do quite like the HUD on this game. Gives you your gap, your lap time, your optimal lap. You know, when you set a best sector, it's usually I take off any kind of HUD for the immersion, for the realism, but I like the KartKraft HUD enough, I've left it up. See, that's end of third lap on lap 4. Big slide there, catchable just as in a regular kart. Again, physics actually feel quite good for the most part. Biggest thing is, yeah, the kart definitely feels like somebody set it up that has never seen a go-kart in their life before. The very twitchy, big slide in the final corner here, across. And in the first corner again, braking. Fairly consistent out to the curb there. And that exit curve is really nasty in that corner, braking hard here. Again, a new personal best in sector 1. And whoop, big curb, and that is one of the major issues that was fixed in the newer update there, is hitting the curb too hard. The tires almost act like to some sort of moon boot or heavy like super spring, where you hit it just that wrong way and you bounce up in the air and all over the place as we go into the final lap here. Making the turn 1, we have amassed, even with that mistake, we are still 2.5 seconds in front of the pack here. Braking, new personal best again in sector 1, our final lap. Through here, that corner always tricky to hit the apex, coming around. Now into the final time through this very fast sweeping corner here. Keep big slide onto the straight, and And here we go with the second race. See, lining up again, have to stay on either side of the line there, and away we go. Down in the first corner here, very tight hairpin, gonna brake early, give the AI some space as we have a cart up and over on its head. And again, just works out, we are second now in line. It's a much more twisty and technical track than the first circuit. This time, instead of the arrow, we are using the standard black cart, as it is just for compare and contrast through this section here that reminds me very much of 5A and 5B at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, up through the hairpin. Get onto this very fast left-hander as the final corner, and we are done the first lap already. Long braking zone, turn one again, missed the apex, very tricky to get it right. You can see on this track the AI does seem a little bit quicker relatively. We are not putting in quite as much of a dent. Of course, now that I said that, we took a huge chunk of time in that hairpin. And up, and now we are right on the back of the leader here. And through again, cart twitching again. Seems like across the board, no matter which rope, off the curb, on the grass there in the final corner. Just keep it together here. But as I was saying, it seems like no matter the kart brand as they sit now, each one is a little twitchy. It just doesn't feel set up very well. Now we're going to have to go back and redo all that progress we had made. We lost with that mistake in the final corner. See, making up ground hand over fist in that hairpin. Carry up and being about almost the exact distance away as we were the lap before. Maybe in the penultimate, we're coming off the hairpin into the penultimate corner here. And that is 3 laps down. Again, a bit better entry and exit for that corner. Again, kart just twitching on the brakes as you only have one rear brake disc on the solid axle. No fronts on these karts. And let's see if we can take another big chunk of time. Oh, big wide slide. Still made up a bit of distance in that corner. We're chasing down the leader, almost right on the bumper now. Going up. Again, kart just sliding around, very twitchy. And wide again on the exit. We're just overstepping the bounds there, trying to carry as much speed down that straight to get a run, but it is not working in our favor currently. This left right-hander combination here, almost right on the bumper now. Picking up a huge chunk of time. AI going wide and getting a big two-wheel moment as we were able to slip down the inside on that hairpin, and now into the lead of the race, pulling out almost a free, almost 4/10 advantage almost immediately here. Come down the first corner here, brake, first time in clean air, go a little bit wide. Tricky, it's almost easier to do that and almost faster because it's smoother. You go any tighter in there and you do twitch the cart around. And coming into the second hairpin here, much smoother. You can see it just snaps once you almost get to apex of the corner. We've pulled out almost a 1.2 second lead here. And big slide snap, and we've almost lost the lead again. All that distance made up overlap is gone. Again, it seems like regardless of the kart and the track, these setups are not, the default setup I should say, is not forgiving at all. Very easy to make the slightest bit of mistake and lose control as we drop a wheel on exit there in that corner. Again, kart sliding out as soon as we hit the apex of that corner. Go up here this time, much better through here this time, no spinning. The hairpin up the hill to the final corner here. And right on the exit curb, that was much better this time. He set a new personal best lap, braking on the final lap of the hairpin here. Nice and tidy. We were pulling out over a 2-second lead here. And that's not how you do it. Again, we lose second to the AI, second and a half. Can we make that up? That is a long way to try and pull back in the final lap here. Again, very easy to make a mistake in these karts. Almost adds to the challenge and the difficulty of it to make up for the fact that the highest AI level is, quite frankly, a little slow at this point in time, or I should say during this build. On the final corner, trying just too hard, go off in the grass, catch it, and we come in P2. Alright, on to the third race here at PFI. Coming to the start. And separate, very slow this time. Almost crawling right to the line. Give the kart in front a shot as we get a good jump. Nowhere really to go here, have to back off. And we have another kart up on its lid. Not quite as good start as the other two races, as that start was absolute chaos, and we are only in 7th place, only making up 2 positions, now 3 positions so far in the first lap. I'll try and pull out and pass here, and there's not really room, making contact. Not getting 2 karts in 1 corner, up to 4th place. Very long right-hander, very late apex, tricky to get it right. But when you do, there is a lot of speed to be carried through there. In this final corner, long left, quick right-hander. Getting that line through there right is key to your speed all the way down this front street. Coming in lap 2, have a run, and we're going to pull out and go for 3rd place here. And down the hill, that is a tricky corner to get right as the road kind of falls away to the inside. And the first hairpin here, the right-hand hairpin leading out in the straight into the left-hand hairpin here at PFI. Trying to make a move, doesn't work. We're too far back and make contact in the second one, but it works. Kids, that is not how you pass. But we lose the momentum down the straight and lose the position again. Back in 3rd, line of pass here. Are we going to do it? Not close enough this time. We're going to just lunge out and get in this long right-hander and take 2nd place. Alright, so that is the end of lap 2. Coming into lap 3 here, very wide on exit, very bumpy. That is still the fastest lap of the session. Up to the left-hander here and hit the curb, and we're over. And that is something we will see that in the next coming video. That was fixed in the update. That you know, this build, you hit the curbs and sometimes you just hit them at the wrong angle, and it was like a springboard. You go flying up in the air like that. You'll see we have a blooper reel at the end of the videos. We get squeezed off the road here, cross over, and still get the position down the inside. Now back to 6th. Can we pass the 5 karts in front of us by the end of the race? That is the question. See, we are 4 seconds back. Can we make up those 4 seconds in the remaining laps? Go here, have a good run down the front straight. We're going to try to move again. Yes! And through. Very late braking there. Very tricky. We're going to go around the outside to cross over to the inside here. Back to 4th position. Going very deep.
through the hairpin there, kind of sliding through it, kind of helps bleed off speed, sorry. Again there, not the greatest speed on exit, but make up time in the beginning and the middle of the corner. Go, door left wide open, and we will take that pass. Alright, up to third place here with 2 karts in front of us and only 2 seconds back from the lead. That's in just over a lap, even 2 seconds in the leader despite passing a bunch of karts. Go up, are we going to make it around the outside? No. We'll try the same move, bit of a shot there to the kart in front, and we got it. Now it chased down the leader with the remaining laps and another personal best in that first sector. The hairpin much cleaner than the previous lap. Can we repeat that through the second left-hand hairpin here? Yes, we can. You can see just absolutely eating time in the AI here for the lead. Gonna cross over, get down the inside, and retake the lead here. Coming into the final corner, big slide, catch it, but not too far on the outside on the exit. We now are back in the lead with a new personal best. And for turn 1, trying to carry as much speed through. The drone flying overhead there on exit. See the hot air balloon in the distance. Careful not to get distracted from the braking point here. Hit the apex all the way out in the exit. Coming into the second hairpin here. Nice and tidy. It's looking like a very clean lap so far as we come in the final complex of corners. Personal best in the first 2 sectors. A bit wide, kart snapping around as the fronts finally find grip here. Coming in the left-hander, coming into this final corner, nice and tidy, a bit off the apex though, and and it is a new personal best again, sub 1 minute. Alright, we already noticed that, but that's neat, a dynamic background as that hot air balloon has changed position. You can also see the drone flying around. That is just one of the neat touches this should add. This game is also very visually impressive using the Unreal Engine 4. Graphically, it looks absolutely beautiful. Alright, again through the final corner, wide again, very tricky to get right. And we come on to the final lap here. Up the hill, very clean, tidy, carry a lot of speed through there. The left-hander at the top of the hill, over the bridge, down the right-hander, just hit the apex, almost on the curb there, very smooth, down the straight here to the hairpin. Rear end snaps around a little wide, you can just hear the engine bog a little bit as the rear end steps out. With the second hairpin here, slide that's much tidier up onto the curb. 90 left, 90 right. Really tidy through there, coming into the final complex here. Out through this long right-hander for the final time. Through the left, hop the curb a bit. This left-hander through the right, and we are a bit wide, and well then, and over we go. Well, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and ring the bell or whatever works with YouTube's algorithm these days. Thank you for watching. Stick around for the blooper reel as I blooper that right now. See ya!